Hello, it's Takashi, and I occasionally joke that I have a computer so old that it needs oil changes. And in this video, I just want to demonstrate that one, the joke really is true, and two, the computer really is old. So this is Minbar, and yes, that is a Babylon 5 reference. It's a server on my home network, which means it's on 24/7. Oh yeah, that cable management. It's beautiful, shush. So this is a file server, a DNS server, a mail server, a print server, and a few other things. I used to run Ubuntu Linux, but they dropped support for i386 architecture, so I switched to just plain Debian, which has ridiculous legacy hardware support. I mean, ridiculously awesome. The only thing is, after a while, the fans, or at least one of the fans, would start making this god-awful buzzing noise, and I'd have to do, well, all this. So just so you're aware, I am actually dabbing out the old oil and replacing it with new oil, even though this video is cut so that you only ever see me adding oil. I actually am changing it. So I'll give you all the specs in just a second, but long story short, this computer would have been state-of-the-art 21 years ago. That's the age of Windows 95. Windows XP would have been just around the corner. And the eagle-eyed might have noticed, yes, you did see a 3.5-inch floppy drive on the front. Remember those? Yeah. I think it still works. I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to test it again in my life. Anyway, the motherboard is notable because it has no onboard video, no onboard sound, no onboard Ethernet. I mean, those are all standard these days. It does have a built-in hard drive controller. It's not that old, but it's an EIDE controller. You can't buy EIDE anymore. Everything is SATA. Anyway, so here are the details. It's a dual processor, 500 megahertz Pentium 3, first generation, so that's codenamed Katmai. It has 384 megabytes of memory. The video card is an ATI Mach 32, which honestly, that's way more than I need for a server where everything I do is in text. I might downgrade it one of these days. The primary hard drive is an 80 gigabyte EIDE drive, and I run a software RAID with a pair of 2 terabyte hard drives, for which I had to install a SATA controller card to drive them. And surprisingly, the motherboard has 2 USB ports, but they're 1.0, so I had to install a USB 2 host card to drive my printer, which you can see up there in the corner. And, of course, I installed an Ethernet card so that, the server can serve things. So this is my server. It's ancient, and it's great. Other than, once a year or so, I do need to give it an oil change.